Hi, this is Champlet 2 on the PlayStation Network. This series of videos will show all of the preps, setups, and finales of Act 1, 2, and 3 of the Doomsday Heist. After doing this heist a few times, I've noticed how difficult it is to follow the storyline while trying to shoot and stay alive. So that's what inspired me to make these videos, to allow you to watch it almost like a movie. I'll make every effort not to talk over the heist story dialogue so you can hear what the story is all about. I'll offer some basic information about the heist missions, but this will not be a tips and tricks video for the Doomsday Heist. This video features Act 2, the Bogdan Problem, the finale. Before we get started, shortly after you completed the final setup for Act 2, the host will receive a phone call from Lester to let you know that the Act 2 finale is ready to start.
Okay, the networks are down, the equipment is ready, and we've crippled their supplies. Mrs. Rackman has written our check and given us the green light. We're good to finally move on that submarine and stop this threat once and for all. When you're ready, get your crew together and head back to planning.
Now that you have the invitation, you can go back to your heist room and get started. This finale has two roles, the submarine team and air support. I'll show you the footage primarily from the submarine team, and then we'll cover a little bit of what it's like for the air support team as well, just so you can see both roles that are involved with this heist. So you set the values that you want to do for your payouts, and you have to give at least a minimum of 15% per player, and off we go.
Okie dokie, set off for your vehicles. Air team, you're going to collect the Avenger tilt-rotor aircraft. Water team, you're using Stromberg. We've done some pretty good work disrupting their activities around the state. But now, it's time to take down this Russian spy network thing once and for all.
If my rigorous debrief of Agent ULP has taught me anything, it's that the threat is not to be underestimated. Codename Bogdan, if that is his real name, is here to destroy our republic. And maybe the rest of the world, too.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to cashing my paycheck. Going back to my normal day-to-day existence where I don't have to put pants on in the morning. You know, where it's the evening news that makes me think nuclear war might be imminent, not my work emails.
Lucky you. Ready to avoid responsibility. Little litmus test I do for every business decision I make. Would I go to nuclear war for this? I press the go button when the answer is abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, well, I've never been so sure about something I'd drop an H-bomb for. Except maybe these chicken wings I had once. Lemon pepper.
You know, you are the problem with culture right now. No one takes anything seriously. It's a crisis of things meaning what they should.
Oh, I'm sorry. The threat is very real, okay? Just like your hair system.
Your discourse is poisonous and reductive. Okay, folks, here is the plan. The air team provides cover while the water team gains access to codename Bogdan's submarine, makes contact with our source on board, and uploads Clifford to the submarine system. Then the big boys take it from there.
Oh, what an excellent plan. We've got a global crisis. Diplomacy and espionage can't solve it. And we're handing things over to a chatbot.
Clifford is not a chatbot. It's a
Chat neural network, or...
I'm losing my patience with you, Mr. Crust. I'm a doer and a thinker.
The Act 2 finale contains some very important dialogue to the Doomsday Heist story, all throughout this entire finale. Here's where the two teams part. The submarine team would get into Stromberg's, and the air support team climbs into the Avenger.
Okay, you're in the Stromberg. Taking on a deep dive down to that submarine. Dock with the vessel and get on board. The air team will cover the surface.
Remember, this is a very low profile vehicle. It's really easy to get it high centered on a rock and it'll burn up pretty quickly. And speaking of burning up, be very careful as you're approaching the water to not go into submersible mode too soon because if you do, it'll burn up on the beach, and if you wait too late, it'll drown in the water.
Now, be warned, these Russians are agents of chaos. They don't necessarily have an endgame here, except for destabilization of the status quo. If they think they're beat, the misinformation they put out will be terrible. Do not listen to anything they say.
Avon, I don't know if you know our team that well, but they're not exactly chatty types.
Just don't let them play you. Execute the plan no matter what.
As with the setups, you cannot use CEO vehicles when you're doing the finales. You can also start them in either an invite-only room or a closed friend session. You don't have to do these in a public session. And even if you do start them in a public session, you'll still be in your own little room when you're doing this. Other players can't interfere with you during a finale.
You're approaching the submarine. Get close and board through the hatch.
There's a cutscene here. It'll just pull you right into the sub.
Stay dry? Okay. A source on board's been leaking us intel. Go find him in the brig. If you see any sailors, shoot first. Then shoot second if they're still breathing.
I believe this recording was either the second or third time I had ever been in this submarine. It is very large. It has a lot of complex little hallways and doorways. So I spent an awful lot of time in this video just walking around and trying to figure out where I was. I'm going to let a lot of that play just so you can get a really good look at this whole submarine and where all the nooks and crannies are.
American agents, you are making a grave mistakes. You may know me as codename Bogdan. I am commander of the submarine. And for record, Bogdan is not just codename, it is real name. Clever coding. We are rogue unit, operating outside state sanction. We will fight you, but this is not why we are here. We come all across Pacific. We not give up now. We are ready to die, every man and boy. We have job to do. Do you know what you're fighting for? Bleeder burgers and delude them all? Wake up! We fight for humanity.
They've got our source in the brig. Sooner you find him, the sooner you're out of there.
For nearly like the next 6 minutes of this video, I'm just roaming around the submarine, taking out the sailors, trying to find my way to the contact. So if you're only interested in the story dialogue, you can skip ahead to about something like 14 minutes and 25 seconds on the video, and we'll pick up where I found the contact and continue the story. In the meantime, if you're interested in seeing the submarine, you can see I just came down a flight of stairs, and on the mini-map there's like a light gray box. That indicates where you can find either stairs or maybe a ladder to go up or down to another level, and I think there's at least like 3 or 4 levels in this thing. So it's a little challenging when you're looking at the mini-map and you see the sailors or the enemies all over the map. It's hard to know if they're on the same level as you or if they're above or below you. So you just have to be on guard everywhere you go. And having not been in here that many times, I really didn't have any idea of where this contact was. My friends were telling me on my party chat that he was on a lower level. So I just kept taking stairs and ladders down to lower levels and hoping I'd find him. And yes, I went through a lot of armor and snacks because I was trying to stay alive and healthy so we didn't have to start this all over again. It's a very long process with lots of cutscene videos too. So I'm just looking for wherever there's little red dots for the sailors on the map. I just keep trying to go and clean them all out. I figured if I did that, eventually I'll run into the contact. And I think I learned later, this little section of the submarine back here serves no real purpose in the Act 2 finale. There was no reason for me to come back here. There are some sailors, but I could have just left them here. You'll see as I go through the rest of the video, the contact is not near here. In fact, I think when I turned down this hallway and came back to this little part of the sub, I should have actually gone the other way, and we'll see that here shortly. That if I had, I would have gotten to the contact much sooner. But at least this way you get sort of a sneak preview of the whole submarine. As I'm coming in here, I see there's a guy up above me and I can't really shoot him through the floor. So now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get him without leaving myself wide open to being shot. And there's a pretty good spot. Okay, now that he's dealt with, here again you see the little light gray box on the mini-map that shows this is a staircase. And I'll take out this loudmouth guy. And as I walk around in here, you'll see there's no real reason to come back here. So I will come back over, and both of these doors enter into the same small room there. You can see it on the mini-map. And there's another little light gray, like a circle, that told me there was a ladder. Again, I'm still trying to figure out where is this contact. This one didn't have a little light gray circle, and there's a ladder right there behind me. I'm not sure why it didn't. I'll come back this way. Now I've already been down this hall before, and I haven't quite figured out where I made the wrong turn just yet. Now I'm back. This is the control room. You're going to come back here later in the finale. This is kind of where the whole story reaches its conclusion, at least for the part in the submarine. And my friends kept saying, no, he's downstairs, so I'm going back down again. Now I hadn't been to this room yet, this little fitness room. And I know I had been in here. This is the living quarters. There you can see their little bunk beds on the left and lockers and such. I know I had been through here. And I know I'd been through here because I killed 2 guys in this room. And I'll go down one more time. And I remembered here that I turned left and went back to that section of the submarine that I was saying earlier. There was no reason to go in there. This is where I should have turned. I should have, when I came down those stairs and turned, I should have turned in here to the right. And now I meet up with the contact.
You Mr. Hertz people? He promised me passport and job in Vale of Silicon.
You found him? Okay, threaten him until he gives up the network scheme.
Okay, shit. Alright, go to the bridge. Network runs through point on center console. We have the deal. Mr. Hertz still give job, yes. I American now. When's my keynote?
Okay, screw him. Get up to the bridge, document everything. plug Clifford into the console.
You don't know what you're doing. Stop it. Stop it now. You are biggest idiots of whole wide world. Americans. This is a big mistake. Like crap in pens. Stupid. Stupid.
Well, now I've got to remember how to get back to that control room, because that's where everything goes down. And you'll see I had cleared out a lot of these rooms before, but now there's new sailors or enemies in them. And I think one of them even sneaks up behind me here in a minute as I'm trying to get up to the control room. So even though you think you have it cleared out, you still have to pay close attention. In fact, I think here is where the guy comes up behind me, maybe? No, maybe not. But anyway, I'll just keep on trying to find my way out of here. And they had told me that it was down, and now I finally see a little yellow dot there with an arrow that tells me I need to keep going up. So I'm going to look for stairs or a ladder and try to get up one more level. And there's that little light gray box on the mini-map. So I should find some stairs. There they are, and got a little turned around there. And here we go. I am almost to the control room, and this is very, very critical dialogue here.
You're on the bridge. Okay. Photograph the files on the table. Quick, use your phone.
Now plug in Clifford right into the console.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait, can we calm down for just 1 minute? For less than 1 minute! Look, you look very much like you have wrong end of shit. You've got stuck in the stick, you're up creek with battle of crap! Look, how you say it? I'm here to help! Look.
That's codename Bogdan. Kill him!
No, kill me all you like! But stop, listen. Sure, I would like to destroy America, control Russia, and destroy fabric of civilization as we know it. But these are all piping dreams. I am here to help solve real problem.
And what's the real problem?
You are real problem. You're doing dirty work for Avon Quartz and his machine Cliffy. Oh, cigarette. Oh, now, listen, think about it. If you let insecure little egomaniac play God, then fake human brain he builds will be brain of insecure little egomaniac. My scientists have studied Clifford. Clifford is asshole.
The AI is an asshole?
Exactly. And him and Quartz want us to kill each other.
I don't believe a word of it.
Well, how did I make this up?
How indeed. Well, thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Mr. Crest. Thank you, silent, psychotic peons. But this is where I say arrivederci. No, I mean, get ready. I mean, this is where I'm in charge. Me and Clifford. Go fuck yourselves, losers. Yes, losers.
Yes, we're in charge. Me and my dad. We're in charge. And this outdated low-tech submarine will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
I think you've got to get out of there quickly!
Scuba gear by hatch over there. I have secret escape pod. Good luck!
Swim for your lives! The Stromberg went down with a sub. Get to the shore and regroup with the others. Then let's meet at the hangar at LSIA. Avon is not gonna make this easy for us. Any of us. More choppers! Big guns! well, plugged into the neural network or something. We've got a battalion of cyborg clone warriors plugged into a super brain trying to wipe us out. Oh, I don't like this. Great, great! The IAA's network is down. It's Clifford! He's taken over! Do you know what he can do with the IAA network? A lot is what he can do, a lot! You don't get this robbing banks. Maybe robbing banks, you know, when you get stabbed in the back by your dumb, greedy best friend, sure, but he doesn't suddenly build an army of creeps to put an end to your way of life! He doesn't have a battalion of helicopters in his garage! Shit!
Right after I first came out of the submarine, I came up to the surface to try to see if there was a boat out there. Sometimes there is, and you may have noticed I just skipped some of the swimming there because it's quite a long swim. But I was looking for a boat to try to get me here because it takes a long time to swim there. So I'm here to meet up with the Avenger. You can see it up there, that's my teammate, and he's dealing with some guys on the ground here. I think later in my footage of the Avenger I didn't have really good footage showing that he's attacking people on the ground here before he picks me up. It's a small group of people he's taken out with the Avenger. So he's going to come down here and pick me up, and when he does I'm going to switch over to the coverage of the air support role so you can see a little bit about what that's like.
You on board? Okay, go ahead and tilt those rotors. We need you in position over the Russian submarine.
This footage is the same as you would have seen if you'd been a member of the air support team and you got in the Avenger back at Paleto Bay. I'm going to switch turrets a few times once I get in here so you can see the different angles. And again, I skipped all of the dialogue that was repeated in the Avenger that you would have already heard in the submarine part of the video. So we're just taking a look around and waiting for the enemies to show up.
Are you there? Okay. Wait for the water team to arrive.
When he twigs codename Bogdan will call in every asset he's got, every bad actor in the state, to try and stop this mission. So get in your turrets and do what you can.
Put the Avenger on autopilot, okay? And then enter the hold to gain access to the onboard gun turrets.
As Lester just said, and as you noticed earlier in my footage, it was just two of us that were playing.
And here they come. Bogdan's assets are converging on your position.
My teammate was flying the Avenger, so he put it on autopilot and then went back into the hold and got in.
You into the sub's communication systems. You'll be able to hear what's happening down there.
Oh, there's the part I was telling you about earlier so you could hear what's happening in the sub. But as I was saying, my teammate got back here in the hold and shot all these helicopters while I was down in the submarine.
He knows the game is up, and he's throwing everything he has at us.
The water team's making progress. Hold them off a little longer.
We're not done until they upload Clifford onto the submarine network. You hear that? Do anything and everything.
Again, I have cut a lot of footage here because it was all very repetitive dialogue that you heard during the submarine part of this video. But I'm showing you here where some of the helicopters come from. They tend to keep coming in a familiar pattern. You'll see them coming from the same places over and over again. And you can also see there's a meter there at the bottom right that tells you what condition the Avenger is in. You obviously don't want to get it too terribly damaged or you'll fail.
Clifford turned on us. They blew up the sub. I'll get to the shore quick and grab the other team. The Russians weren't attacking America. They were attacking that stupid AI network. And now it's going to take over the world. And it's all our fucking fault. More choppers. Big ones inbound.
Well, there was some eye-opening dialogue. So we're going to go ahead and take this Avenger down and regroup with the submarine team. There you can see this was a former instance when I did it with a group of players. And they will arrive here in their scuba gear. Here they come. In just a moment here, I'll be switching back to the footage from when it was just two of us completing this finale. But I wanted you to have a pretty good look at what occurs if you're in the air support team flying in the Avenger. So our crew is reunited now, and we'll switch back to the original footage of the two of us completing this. This is me returning from the sub team and joining my teammate in the Avenger.
You ever had a neural network try and kill you before? Yeah, me neither. Welcome to the future. Get on the turrets and try to survive, okay?
We're on normal difficulty here, so I don't know if that really made a huge difference, but the helicopters were not terribly close to us, not very threatening. And here again, I'm switching turrets just so you can see the different angles that you have available to you when you're in the hold in the Avenger. Nobody's chasing us anymore, we're just flying back to LSIA.
Avon's won. His AI is God, you know, and we're all just goats waiting to be sacrificed. We should all applaud ourselves on the roles we played in the downfall of the human race. Idiots!
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and get us closer to the airport where we finish this. And while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and leave my turret station here and head up front with my teammate, the pilot. As we land this thing, we're going to be bringing it into Devin Weston's hangar at LSIA, and you actually do have to fly all the way into the hangar, not just right there at the entrance.
You're almost here, okay? Just, bring it on home. This is, gonna be a depressing conversation, all right?
Here's the final cutscene of the finale of Act 2, The Bogdan Problem.
Okay. Thank God you got here. Oh, that guy that just... Oh, I feel like such a fool. Oh, my whole life, I have hated successful people. Never trusted anyone. I've doubted and loathed and acted like a creep. And the one time I decide to be nice to someone, it turns out he wants to destroy humanity!
This is all your fault. My career is in ruins. Ruins!
Our planet will be in ruins, you fool, if we don't do something.
He has control of all your systems!
We can't even call out for help.
Then you can do exactly what you have to. You have my authority.
And we'll get paid?
Paid?
Yeah, call it a pension contribution.
Of course, significant ones.
All right, then get this clown out of here. For all I know, you're bugged all to high hell and you don't even know the bugs exist!
Good luck.
Ha, we don't need luck. I always wanted to say that between us, we are completely fucked! Gah! Meet me back at the facility. I'll be in contact when I have a plan.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the rest of my Doomsday Heist story series of videos, and there are lots of other videos on my channel you may also find helpful. A like for this video and a subscription to my channel would be greatly appreciated. Go forth and save Los Santos from Doomsday.